Today we're dealing with the air leak on the emergency handbrake trailer. I've been looking for this air leak. I've never seen no videos on YouTube about this. So you guys like, comment, and share this with everybody. Okay? I took off a couple of the molding trim and I said, listen, other people need to see this. It's not only about me, right? So stay tuned. Check my TikTok. This is where all the videos will be, all right? So here we go. I took off some of the molding there. This is some of the stuff here. There's 4 bolts, right? I was gonna take up this stuff here. You don't need none of this stuff. You could leave that trim. There's 4 bolts once you pop this off. And underneath there's this little trim that goes right there. Now, it looks like it broke from the next guy, but it goes right across. So if you're careful, you could take off the whole strip here. This broke, made it easy. I didn't do that, it was like that, okay? Anyways, 4 bolts like this, right? 1, 2, and then when you pull down, there's 2 more on the top there, right? Get it from that angle so you can see. All right, 1, 2 on the top, and 2 at the bottom, right there, right? Anyways, these are the bolts. Don't lose your bolts. I don't know if you guys can hear in the camera as I'm doing this, but there's a leak there, right? I'm not sure if you can hear this, but there's still a little hiss. I've been dealing with this. I sent it to the mechanics. They charged me about 1,200 bucks. They said that, listen, we fixed all your air leaks, but there's still a next leak we can't find. Whatever, I got fed up, and this is where we are right now. I know how to solve it. I found the problem. That's why I'm doing this. Now, if you're not comfortable doing this, you know, just go and get a mechanic. It's all good. But I'll let you know what to look for. If they fixed everything else, your 2 brakes here, your service brake and your trailer brake, if these 2 are already fixed and they fixed the valves and the leaks and the hoses and all of that, sprayed the water, all of that, and they're like, listen, oh, this, you know that this is an infraction from the MTO, so you know that there's a problem. Anyways, right here. It's right underneath here. Now, let's get in with the camera. There's some hoses back there. See that? That green hose right there. That green hose is the one I'm looking for. Now that hose right there is the one with the leak for your handbrake trailer emergency. That has the leak on it. It's not the valve. I played around with it. I'll let you guys know. So check this out. It looks like this can actually rotate. Now, I'm not going to play around with this too much. I'm looking at it. But the hose that I need is the green one. Anywho, you got enough slack here to play around with it. Alright? Now, I'm going to need both of my hands. Hold on. We're going to edit this. Pause. Okay. Gonna take off a little bit more trim here. Get a little bit more leverage. So you got a couple bolts on here. Looks like you got like 2 bolts on this side here. And that releases the truck cup holder cab molding. Now my truck is a little bit older than you guys. So now, it looks like there's a next, what is that? Some molding there. Looks like there's a clip there. A quick connector clip that's holding in this whole piece right here. Okay, I'm just gonna remove this sticker here. Put some mold in because I have a feeling that mold in there is really not attached to nothing, right? So there you go, right? So Bob's your uncle. There you go. And I gotta get at that right there. Now I could go further and release this and take off a lot more, but I'm thinking, you know what? I have big hands, but I might be able to do this with the right tools. So I gotta release the air line. So apparently it's a quick connector. You gotta push in and pull out. So give me a second, I'll be back. I gotta get a socket. Now, just before I release this air, I want you guys to see if you can hear this. And it's the green hose we're looking at, right? Maybe from this side you can see it a little bit better. Let me zoom in. You guys to kind of like see that. It's the green hose. See if you guys can hear that before I release that. Can you hear that before I release it? Right there, that's your culprit. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Okay, I got my wrench. So the way that this thing works is, this might be kind of awkward. I don't know if you guys are gonna see, but I'm sure if you guys are watching this, you guys know how this thing works anyways. It's a tight space, I can't really get in there, but let's see, I'm gonna push down and pull. I'm sure you guys know an easier way of doing this. Just having small fingers. But let's see, I got my finger in there. Tight spot. All right, let me get on a different angle. Okay, everybody, as you heard, I released the air. We got it, the green one, right? So, all right, we're back. So get yourself a pair of wire cutters, Milwaukee. Not sponsored by them yet, but you guys can always send me over some stuff so I can do some product reviews. Check out my TikTok. I'm gonna be doing a lot of like reviews on there. You guys are gonna love it. If you're into trucks, stuff like this from a driver's perspective, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be doing a lot of stuff over there. So be sure to subscribe to my YouTube and my TikTok. I'm trying to grow my TikTok and YouTube. Support, support, support. All right, here we go. Get yourself a pair of wire cutters, Milwaukee. Preferably, it doesn't really matter. Now, if you see that green, I pulled it out, I yanked it out a bit. You kind of want, the theory here is just to get a flush cut, right? So, I angle myself so I can get an even, Steven cut here, right? I'm gonna go right over here. I'm not cut off too much. All right, come right in. Right, okay. She looks good. Now, what I'm gonna do is stick this right back in to that blue right there. So you see the yellow, black, And then the green, I'm gonna sneak the wire back over, the airline back over, and I'm gonna put it right in there, and it's supposed to clip in, and let's see if our problem is solved. 1 second, we'll be right back. Hold that. Let me see if I can do this. Okay. Make it back over. Push it back in. Pull this out. What I'm gonna do to make sure this process goes good is I'm gonna attempt to do this from the bottom, the same way I took it out. Inspection, because if this doesn't work, guys, you know what the next step is. You know what we gotta do next. So everything seems lined up on my end, and here we go. I'm gonna give it some force. I'm gonna push right in. Man, I don't think I can push any more than that. I'm stabbing this thing like I want to kill it. Okay, I think that's enough. Let's see what happens here. Since I'm already down here, everything. I'm gonna start it up and build some air now. Actually, on my tank is empty anyway, so guys, check it out. I'm gonna start it up. Let me move from here. I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna start it up. I'll show you guys what I did. Okay, you can see now the green one's in there. Sneak in there. Green one's in there. One, I don't know if you guys can see that, but one, I don't want to move it too much. 1, 2, 3, right? 3, he's right in there, right? Tight space when you're working on these older trucks. Okay guys, we're back again. So I just plugged in the air line to the valve, rear valve, and it's time to see what happens to the truck. I'm gonna build up some air, and I'm gonna see if our problem's solved. If not, next stage is air valve. Okay, I'm gonna start her up. Wait for the pressure to build. I don't know if you guys want to wait for this, but I'll come back when the pressure's within cut in and cut out range. Be right back.